Welcome back. This session is focusing on the tools in your toolbox. You might wonder what I'm talking about, the tools in your toolbox. I spoke mechanics the previous video, now I'm speaking about tools in your toolbox, meaning that the techniques. Remember, we are not focusing on modalities, meaning that we're not focusing on Swedish massage, we're not focusing on deep tissue, we're not focusing on no modalities. What we are focusing on is on technique. How do you develop? How do you use the tools? Like all of us did many different modalities in our years. I did 25 years, and I did all of the modalities around. But we are not focusing on modalities in these programs. In these programs, we are focusing on techniques and how you develop oneself and knowing when and where and how to use these techniques. I keep saying that when you're doing a massage, you're doing sequence. When you're doing therapy, you're removing yourself from sequence and finding creative ways of solving the problems that present themselves in front of you. Whether it's an athlete, whether it's some person that is under stress, or someone that just looking for relaxation. It's really about understanding what tool, when to use that tool within your toolbox itself. So in this session, we're gonna look at different techniques and try to speak about how do you really approach those tools that you have, or how do you make the adjustment to those tools that you have within your toolbox. So when you get to therapy side, modality becomes second. Therapy must come first. Modalities become second, therapies come first. It's really addressing what appears in front of you. So whatever comes before you, you have to find solutions. So if someone come to you and speak about, I have an issue, how do you treat with this issue? So all of that, understanding the tool. So understanding the tool in your toolbox, and we spoke earlier about understanding the relationship between anatomy and the body and the massage itself. So understanding how muscles flows, and when you understand how muscles flow, then you can know whatever tools that you want to use. For instance, someone might come to you and say, one of the most common issues that we find in the Caribbean right here, and I'm not sure, I guess across the world, is the sciatica. And so much people come to me and say, I want a leg massage because my sciatica is giving me problem. Remember, the sciatica is really an extension of the spine. If you know your spinal cord extension of the spinal cord. Your spinal cord starts from here and it comes all the way down. And when it gets to the sacrum, it's split in two and goes down the either side of the body. So if someone come to you and say, I have a sciatica problem, and then you can start working on the leg and might be no problem or nothing whatsoever to do with the legs, then you have to understand these things, and understanding how do you use your tools within your toolbox. The hips is a very important part of the body. Imagine this is our upper half and this is our lower half. So the body stands like this. Everything that you do affects the hips. You sit down, affects the hip. You stand up, affects the hip. So this part of the body, which is the gluteus maximum, lower back, is also the hip component, is always under a lot of stress. Usually when the glutes become very tight, compression, what we call compression of the glutes, it traps the sciatic nerve, and then it sends shooting pain. So sometimes the adjustment might be the hip. Sometimes it might be the upper back. Or the center back might be having a problem that putting the pressure on the sciatic nerve, and you might call. So I'm saying, so those are ideas that you need to understand when you're thinking about using the tools within your toolbox. So this is a discussion that we all will have, because I cannot demonstrate to you your tools in your toolbox. I need to know what is the tools that you have in your toolbox, and we can talk about how do we make adjustment, or speak about when we have different scenario, what are some of the adjustments we can make to really fit into those category or those adjustments. So what I will do, this is the exciting part. Now you finally get an opportunity to see me work. I will go through some of the techniques that I use. And remember, I'm not teaching you techniques. I'm just saying these are some of the techniques that I use in terms of therapy when I'm doing therapy. So I don't work on not single modality. So if you come to me, I'm not going to give you a Swedish massage. If you want a relaxing massage, you will have a relaxing massage. Or if you come to me, I might not give you a deep tissue massage. I will use the tools within my toolbox to fit into your needs. So based on what is the need that you're looking for, we will find the solution. So that's what I want to work with you at, by understanding the tools that we have within our toolbox.